All right. Okay, is it bold enough now? Okay, so although I have um explained a little bit how SEO works, who knows what SEO mean, please? Awesome. Search engine optimization. Awesome. All right. So how does it work? All right. First of all, you have to find keywords. Now, when I was talking about SEO, I mentioned keywords related or pertaining to your business or what you do, right? That's why I said do a search of the best bread in Lagos. Those are keywords. So you have to do a keyword research to find the most relevant words to use on your website. The most relevant words that relate to your business that you can use on your website. So that when people are searching for something, Google, when Google does what we call a crawl of the internet space. It will crawl the internet space. That's why we call it a search engine. It's an engine. It will crawl the internet space. And once any website has those keywords optimized on those websites, it will pick it up and display it. But it's not as easy as that. It's both a scientific and a technical process. All right. I'm just making it easy for you to understand how it works. All right. So you have to first of all do your keyword research. Now you may think that because you sell iPhones, so you may think that so for instance, you sell phones and other gadgets and all of that. So what kind of keyword do you think will be related to your business? Now when people want to search for things related to your business, what do you think they will be searching for? Other yes, awesome. You see now you're getting somewhere. They will say maybe yes, iPhone store in computer village, or legit, because there's always this fear of going to computer village because of fraudsters or something. They might even say legit. I'm just saying, please don't, this may not be what they're searching for. Do you understand? I'm just saying top of my head. Someone might say legit iPhone store in computer village. But you cannot know. That's why we say you have to find the most relevant keywords to use on your the most there are plenty keywords that people can use. But which is the most relevant? Which is the most relevant? Which is the most relevant that will make your website to rank higher on the first page of Google search of the search engine result page? Just what I'm saying. And there's a science to doing that. There are tools you can use to find out that, because you have to check for the keywords. There are different things you need to use to check for those things for you to be able to arrive at, oh, this is the one that will work perfectly for me. All right. And we'll do all of that practically. Number two is that when you now know the keywords, you now begin to optimize. It's what we call technical SEO. Is it how SEO works? That's where I am. Awesome. Thank you very much. So sorry, I didn't know it wasn't showing. Now I talked about find, which is your keyword risk. You have to find your keywords that's relevant to your business that will work. Then we now move to technical SEO. Technical SEO is about you optimizing your website structure. Now the thing about Google is that Google wants to ensure that anybody who's coming to your website will get the best out of your website. So Google wants to make sure that your website structure is correct. People can easily navigate your website. Not that when someone comes to your website, the person is confused about what to do in your website. So you have to have your website structure has to be correct, has to be okay. Your website speed. If your website is someone comes to your website and is taking 58 hours to is just loading, there's not even open. Even with the most minimal internet, eh, Google expects that your website speed should be top notch, such that the worst of internet service should open easily. Do you understand? And just because, and when people open your website on their mobile phones, it should also look nice. Not that when they open your website on your mobile phone, some pages are cutting away from the other. Have you noticed? Have you seen this kind of website before? When you check them on your mobile phone, some parts are cutting out, this and that. That's what we call that. That website is not mobile friendly. Are you seeing these things that are written here? So for technical SEO, you have to check for your website structure, ensure that everything is well structured so that when people come to your website, they can navigate easily. They know where the home page is, they know where the blog post page is, they know where the service page is. It's easy to navigate. The structure is well balanced. Then the speed, should not, no page on your website should take time to load. Even with the most worst internet, it should still open easily. And then it should be mobile friendly. It should be not that once you open it on the laptop is fine, but the mobile is looking, some parts are cutting out. No. So once Google see that, even if you have the best keyword, there's no way your website will ever show once someone is searching for what you for you. Okay, it will never show. Google will never show it. Now, sit on how SEO works. Content is a huge part of SEO. Content creation is a huge part of SEO. Now, the content in this case is not is a it has to do with a lot of writing. Your blogs, your articles, your blog posts. Do you know what a blog post is? Do you know what a blog is? Everybody knows what a blog is. Okay. So, but before we come back to content, I hope you took note of the technical SEO bit of it when I said that that website that cannot open completely on a mobile phone or this is not mobile friendly. So, if they ask you as a digital marketer that if they ask you something about uh, if someone shows you your website that wow, I just did the website, you should quickly check the website and see how it looks like on the phone. They can now tell the person, okay, wow, okay. You check and tell the person, no, this is either mobile friendly or it's not mobile friendly. It means that whatever the website is able to do when you open via a laptop, the speed, the structure, everything, it should be the same way when you open it on a mobile phone. Everything should work the same way, perfectly the same way. That's why we now say the website is mobile friendly. Okay. So now back to content creation. I said, uh, create content that is based on your yes. So you said you don't know what it is exactly. Great. So a blog, you'd have heard of Linda Ikeji blog, you'd have heard of Bella Niger blog, you've heard of Post NG. These are all blogs, right? Yeah. Insta blog. Which other ones have you heard of? Yeah. Awesome. So usually a blog helps you tell stories, you know, basically. So the stories can be in the form of articles. It can be in the form of article, or it can just be stories, or it can just be news, or it can just be information. But basically, it's called a blog because of the way it is written. It is written to interest the audience. It is written to captivate the audience. All right. So, and at the end of the day, blogs is written to interest to captivate the audience. So it's not like a technical writing that is all jargons, technical stuff, measurement, this, that, technical. No. A blog is usually written in such a way that it's going to be interesting. It usually has a form of storytelling, even if it's coming as a form of news or form of information, or it usually has a storytelling angle to it that makes it interesting. That's why people go to all these gossip blogs, because there's a storytelling angle to it that makes it interesting. It has a captivating headline or title, then the rest of it, the rest of the story. Then usually you see that a blog, you come with a it will come with a, what do you call it now? It will come with a an image, what we call a hero image. That when you see that, you really want to read, you see the headline, you see the image that follows it, it will first of all attract you. You now want to go and see what's happening and all that. So that's what a blog does. And you can have a blog on your website as well, where you can now begin to create your own content, tell your own stories on that blog too, to captivate your audience. All right. So when it comes to